Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We talk everything animation here, including Miraculous Ladybug, which we'll be getting into right now. I'm Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Delaney Stovall.
Hey, y'all.
And April Collins.
Hello.
Ladybug, it's back, finally!
Yay!
We say that every time. And we're talking Syren, the 14th episode that's aired of Season 2. Across the globe, it aired in Spain this weekend, and we are talking the English dub of Syren.
Unfortunately.
If you're looking for links, Reddit, Miraculous Ladybug, or Miraculous Subs, Tumblr, those are my suggestions as always. But, Syren, we said last one that Syren would be coming out the week after. It did not. I apologize, but here we are finally. And find us at overlyanimated.com. If you're listening on YouTube, subscribe there to not miss our future Miraculous Ladybug podcast. Or if you're listening on iTunes, subscribe on your favorite podcatcher. We will be talking this show whenever it's new, potentially next week, but we'll talk about that at the end. And no, probably shouldn't even say anything about that at this point. But make sure you've seen Syren. Spoilers for I guess a mythology moving episode of the show. So make sure you've checked it out before you listen on. But let's get into it. Delaney, what did you think of Syren?
Oh my god, this episode was so good. Okay, so I watched Ladybug before I watched Mysticons, and I was like, Mysticons is cool and all, but this Ladybug episode was lit. So me and my girlfriend watched it. We were like, oh my god, it was so good. Like, oh my god, Master Fu and all this stuff. Oh my god. And then like we got a transformation sequence and they're mermaids. Oh my god, so good. It was so great. We got new like character designs, and then there were macarons, and my girlfriend started screaming. She loves macarons. She was like, oh my god, they're so cute.
Screaming
like,
at the macaroons part?
Yes,
look,
because
you gotta
she
get hype about something.
That's what she was hype about. I mean, she was hype the whole time. No, okay, I want you to know, Dylan, that when they transformed, Tanya was like, oh, a transform sequence. Dylan's gonna like it. It's new.
Yes, correct.
Like, she knows. But, oh my god, the episode was so great. It was just, there was like movement. I am so afraid for Master Fu right now. I am so afraid. Like, oh my god, he's like in the lion's den right now. Like, Hawkmoth's like yelling at his Kwame upstairs, and he's just chilling with Adrian. That was terrifying. I was like, oh my god, no. Like, when he came up to the camera, I was like, go away, leave, go, go, go. It was so good. It was just like, the villain was awesome. Kim was great. We got, Alia as a superhero. This episode has everything. Like, it was so great.
Okay. Delaney's hype.
I'm super hyped. Like, mega hype.
I love it. I love it. April, are you hyped too?
Oh yeah, I was also very sad because I watched this before watching Mysticons, and I was like, man, that Ladybug episode though, like that was great.
Yeah, right. Like I was like, man.
Yeah, but no, it was wonderful. We got to see Rita Rouge again, which was
my
great.
fave.
I know, I love her, and Adrian being salty is the best.
Yes.
Like, and he's kind of a brat though, and I kind of loved it because he's just like, I'll order you cheese if you tell me things, and Flack's like, no, I'm not.
That was actually the best plug ever. Like I was like, this is so good, and then Plug's like hiding in a sock. What a loser.
We'll talk about that, but
but yeah, no, it was great. Like everything just looked really pretty and nice.
Oh, it was gorgeous. The animation on this episode was incredible.
There was like one scene that really bothered me. Whenever like it was like overflowing from the river, and I was like, dude, it literally looks like I just went into Photoshop and like
water
the texture. Like that was the only scene that like bothered me, but everything else looked great. And Kim is so dumb, and I feel so bad for the Syren. Her name, what was it?
Undine.
Undine. Yeah, I felt bad for her. But also I was really proud of her because she was like, I'm just going to be blunt. And I was like, yes, girl, tell him. So I was cheering her on the entire time. But yeah, this is great, and I'm glad that like Gabriel or Hawkmoth wasn't as much of a trash person, but he kind of was, because I was like, dang it, Hawkmoth, like the animals are loose. Like, didn't you see the gorillas? Like, there's no time for you right now.
Right, exactly. They were like panthers. Go away.
That didn't seem like he was. Yeah, it didn't seem like that was Hawkmoth's fault. The animals.
Yeah, I don't think. Shockingly, it wasn't his fault.
Which I mean, you know what? I would not be surprised to find out if he was actually the person who let the animals loose, if I'm totally honest. But
so
yeah,
wait, what are we saying? Gabriel just ran out as himself and just like opened the zoo cages. Be
Oh my
free, animals!
Is it really that? I mean, he literally called someone, ruined their day, and then akumatized them. He'll do whatever.
But also,
Gabriel, how does this help you get the miraculouses? I don't care. Go free the animals.
Go free.
Get out of here. Go. Yeah, no. So it was great, and I love that Adrian has Chat and Ladybug action figures that he.
Oh, I loved it. I was like, you're such a child.
I don't know, but no, this episode was wonderful. This was magical, and yeah, I didn't even talk about the mermaid stuff. The mermaid stuff was great too.
It's like the whole episode. Jeez.
You're right. It was. Yeah, that was the other thing I really liked, is that we kind of like we got into it like right away so that we could do so much like and advance the plot more, like how they can have special powers and all of that stuff. And like I like that he's just like cooking it up like in his kitchen while making tea. Like, all right, Master Fu, that's fine. But it was wonderful.
And then he hides on the roof. He's like,
yes. With all of his stuff. How did he get all of that up there in time? Like,
who knows?
Yeah, I question a lot of the rooftop logic of this episode. Like, how's everyone on the rooftop? Also, how many millions of people died in the flood?
So honestly, yeah.
So many people died, Dylan. I couldn't keep count.
I guess Marinette's Miraculous Ladybug can bring them back to life. We haven't really gotten into that, but...
Oh, like, the first thing, I was like, her parents!
They're dead.
They're dead.
They're all dead. Everyone's dead.
Remember that time Marinette's parents died for like 5 minutes? Yeah, that happened.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Yeah. For the record, I think this week's Mysticons was much better than this week's Ladybug. But I think this episode was so much fun. Like, that's the thing. Even when the show isn't like top tier or whatever, which it mostly never is, but it's so much fun. Like Ladybug, there's no expectations, and it just is constantly being better than season 1. And it's
the thing. Like, I expect Mysticons to like blow me away, and then this episode of Ladybug was just like, holy crap.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think this episode's doing that much special, but it's just a ton of fun. I loved all of the Aqua power-ups, like...
Aqua Tiki!
Oh, okay, we'll talk about Aqua Tiki. I have some things to say. But Marinette's Aqua form is gorgeous. Like,
it's so good.
It was so pretty.
Yeah, one of the best character designs on the show. I love that.
And then, like, Kim's like, I like your new outfit.
Yeah, no one he had to comment on it. Yeah, but I love Syren. I thought she was a gorgeous character design too.
Her freckles were great.
Yeah, I agree.
They were so pretty.
Yeah, it's this is a new character, but I want to let's bring her back more. She was great. Kim, very sympathetic this episode. I thought he's
such a dumb. I love him.
Also, I like that he's been voicing what we've been saying for a while now. And where's Chloe?
Yeah,
like
I know. When will she return from the war?
No one has, and even then, like, no one answered him. They were just like, she's just not here. And it's like, okay, I guess, but where is she?
Yeah,
like,
well, Max was like, you think Chloe's coming to this movie?
Yeah, that was really funny.
Stupid idiot. Yeah. So I guess not. But yeah, the saga of Kim and Chloe, I guess it's come to an end because Kim at the end asks Dean on a date, hopefully. But yeah, this was just a ton of fun. And like at the same time as all the Aqua power-up stuff, like at season 1, new Aqua power-ups, that's its own episode. That's already a top 5 episode of the show. But we also have all this Adrian stuff and all this plot advancement with Adrian meeting Master Fu for the first time. And I thought all of that was really well integrated. A lot of the fans had been voicing their displeasure at Adrian being kept in the dark. And I think the show is very aware of it. And,
did Master Fu just like get on a boat and like paddle?
He got there very fast. I don't know how that happened. Yeah. Again, all of this rooftop stuff, I didn't make no sense, but that's okay. And yeah, at the end we get the 7 power-ups, and it's all very exciting. Everything with more Master Fu, exposition, more Adrian stuff. He's in the mix now. Just a very, very, very fun episode. So just Ladybug's just really, really good, fun to watch. Like it's been such a turnaround from season 1. It's pure
happiness. I just love watching it.
Yeah, it really is. Like there's maybe it's just the low expectations caused by season 1, but like it's just been such a joy this season. And yeah, let's talk the power-ups, because we talked about this preseason. They'd promised us power-ups and we were like, we don't want power-ups. We were wrong. These were great.
Okay, see, that's what I like, because I was like, oh, they're just going to get new powers. But I like that they're like temporary and situational. Like at first I was like, this is dumb. But then I was like, no, I like this. I actually have to think about it.
Yeah, I like that too. That it's not so much like, because what was it? Whenever they gave Tiki like the mermaid one or the aqua one, I was just like, oh, so this is just going to be a thing where all she has to say is like, aqua, spots on, like.
But no.
You have to feed them. You have to feed the Kwamis.
Eat the snack. But I'm not hungry. I don't care.
I want to be ice.
Tiki was very hype about it.
Aqua Tiki.
Oh my god. Okay, we need to talk about Aqua Tiki, because
it was so good.
This was the most extra thing, was this the sequence of new transformation things. So first Marinette's like, Tiki, power up! So I guess that's going to be the default thing that plays before any new power.
Yep.
And then we get Tiki like glowing with the spots, and that's also going to be the default thing that plays. But then she like turns in the specific thing, and she says, Aqua Tiki!
So
and
good.
let me tell you, Delaney, I was horrified. I was so scared of this.
So good.
Tiki was already a nightmare creature, and we're giving her extra powers? Like, this is not acceptable.
No, it's so good. As soon as this happened, me and my girlfriend were like, yeah, it's Aqua Tiki. And then I was like, Dylan's gonna hate this. Can't wait.
Why is she, like, shouting her new form? Like, oh,
I love her. Aqua Tiki. So
good.
This is gonna haunt me for
I am just really bummed we didn't get, like, Aqua Fog. Like, this is honestly, like...
I would have loved that, actually.
Plog was a true treasure in this episode, and we all know how much I hate him. So this was magical.
He was just a cat. He was like, Adrian was like shoving the phone screen around and his head was following. Yeah, we saw what Aqua Plog looked like in the end drawing, but we didn't see him transform into that, yeah.
Bummer.
And yeah, Aqua Tiki, and then Marinette says, Aqua Tiki, spots on, like,
it's so good.
So it's gonna be Aqua Tiki Transformame, like, that's what that's gonna be.
It's Transformamoi, sir.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Get better at French.
Yeah, why haven't we learned French yet from watching the show?
Honestly.
I'm highly considering it.
Yeah, so the French episode is not even out, so it's not like we had the option. It's just not out. And
it makes me so sad.
It just needs to be released in French in every country.
Yes.
That'd be ideal, yeah. And despite Marinette already having transformed once in this episode, she transforms again, but it is the new Aqua transform sequence.
So it didn't matter.
Music was different, like...
I'm kind of just shocked that they animated new transformation sequences. Like, this seems above budget for the show, and I'm impressed.
It was magical.
Like, are they going to do this for every new power-up? Like, how many times are we going to do the Aqua power-ups to justify?
I want to know what all these powers are. Like, these are going to get stupid, and I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be wonderful.
We know that one of them is ice powers, as Marinette says at the end.
Yes, like, this is about to get dumb.
From the blue one, yeah. And then from the preseason, there was like a slide with like jewels that had the power ups, and they had some of the other ones listed there. But it's not jewels. It's like, I think they changed it, so I don't know if that applies anymore. But yeah,
there's gonna be like a fire one and an earth one. There's gonna be one where they can fly. I can't wait. It's about to be stupid.
Yeah. One of them was flying on the preseason one.
Yes, let's fly around Paris. I'm so excited.
No, they're gonna leave Paris and they're gonna fly.
Fly where?
Who knows?
Anywhere, the Earth.
Apparently, we're getting a Shanghai special. We've been promised that like 2 years ago. And
please.
Okay, so the 2-year timer's up. We're flying to Shanghai. Let's go.
Yeah, it might happen. Who knows? But yeah, it's we've all these power-ups, and this Aqua first one was I love the transform sequence with Marinette turning into this. Like, I hate that we just keep doing the same sequences in the show, so it just felt very refreshing to have this new one.
Refreshing.
Why? Well, because water?
Yeah,
obviously, duh.
I think that barely
Paris
counts
is
as
drowning in that girl's sorrow.
April got me. I was waiting how long it was going to take before we had to make that joke. Like, honestly.
The refreshing joke?
No.
Drowning in the sorrows?
Undine says, and they will, or may they all sink under my sorrow. And then she starts crying and flooding Paris.
Yeah,
like
that was intentional.
That was so extra.
Yeah, that was the point. Yeah, I loved that. That was like the theme of her thing is that's why it's underwater. She drowns Paris in her tears. I thought that was excellent.
So good.
Yeah,
Great.
Yeah, but the biggest takeaway for me of this entire episode is Aqua Ladybug's outfit.
Obviously, it's beautiful.
It's incredible. She looks so good, and she's the whole package going on. Like she has like different like lipstick too, which I don't know why is required.
It's so good. It doesn't matter. It's great.
It's needed. Okay.
Like how does that apply with? It's like that doesn't fit the Tiki logic of like going on to you.
And then Hawkmoth's like, I knew they had more powers.
Yeah, there's a whole Hawkmoth thing here. Yeah, but if Hawkmoth could have drowned the city. And change, like, Hawkmoth's big revelation this episode is if he changes the environment, then, Ladybug and Cat are at a disadvantage because they can't, interact.
Why is he so dumb?
Why did he not do this earlier? That's my question.
Like, does he become Hawkmoth and he's like 25% dumber? Like,
it's like plus 5 to Akuma's, minus 20 to logic.
It's like, really?
He weighs on too tight on him when he transforms.
Yeah.
Or not weighs, but Nuru, he just squeezes the blood circulation. But yeah, there's nothing.
His hat's too tight.
Yeah, there's nothing special in this episode about Hawkmoth. He just had the bright idea of finally doing this.
He's so dumb.
Yeah, but we had Marinette's aqua outfit, and then we also have Cat's aqua outfit, which is basically the same thing except
it is not nearly as cool as like they know their audience.
They know what they're doing.
Do they know their audience? Because I feel like most people who watch this show are just spazzing over Cat the whole time. But he just has fins on, and that's all. That's all he needs. He's a cat. Really, like Marinette doesn't need anything else either. It's all just aesthetics. But
I also. I'm kind of glad that they didn't go like the actual mermaid route because I think I would have been like triggered if they had done that and like given them tails. I would have been like, no, stop this.
Yeah, where's our? Why weren't they mermaids? Where's our mermaid Cat Ladybug fanfics? Like, I feel like this should happen.
They're already here. You know.
Okay. Also, I have a question. If Hawkmoth's lair is in the basement. Then, we assume it's in the basement, but it's up on the roof. Why is his lair not flooded too?
It's sealed.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
He waterproofed it at the same time as he was installing the ballistic missiles.
I don't feel like he would have been like smart enough to think that far ahead about.
No,
yeah,
he's
you
not.
wouldn't think so. Yeah, it just happens to be sealed off.
I guess.
We still don't know. It still could be up or like he goes down, but he could
go down.
He could go down to go up. Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. But we have all these other transformation. Like we have every Aqua versions of the de-evilizing part. At the end with it, and then
great.
She's like throwing it up as the Aqua form. Like they changed everything, and they're gonna have to do this for all the powers too. So I think it's ambitious, and I think it was great. I hate the normal transformation sequences, although they're brief on the show. But these new ones, like that's great. If you want to do new stuff, new animation, that changes things. But yeah, we had Aqua, like there's not that much to talk about, like that's the highlight, but it's more of just like visuals. And she just swims underwater. That's the power. I don't think she really
can breathe
does
underwater.
Yeah, she can breathe underwater. So
and swim really fast.
I guess, yeah. But other than that, they just do battle underwater now, and
it was super cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's talk Syren because we already talked about her a little bit. We have this new character, Ondine. Kim's like swim club, I don't know if she goes. Does she go to the school? I don't know.
I don't think so.
She's not in the class, yeah, but maybe there's other classes. But
maybe they're just at the community pool. And
yeah, that was my impression. Although I think there is a pool in their school. But yeah, it's her primary characteristic is that she's crushing on Kim. Which I guess is not great, but it's fine. I don't know.
But then she turns into the best villain ever, so like it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're playing the secrets game, and
that's super cool. I liked it.
You like the secrets game?
At first, I was like, "What the heck are they doing?" And then, like, she threw it in the pool, and like Kim's like, "I'm G," and I was like, "What a loser!"
Kim's so hyped to play that
so
game.
Lame. It was so funny.
I mean,
I love diving and opening pieces of paper. It's like oh my god, no! I'm kind of upset that when he was like, "Ladybug, do you want to know my secret?" And I was like, "Oh my god, is he going to stick his toe in his ear again?"
Was that what he was going to do?
It didn't happen. Like, I wanted that moment of Ladybug going,
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know what he was going to say when he said, "You want to know my secret?" Yeah, look. What Undine has determined is that Kim is just a puppy, and so she invented a game of fetch, and that's what she plays with him.
Aww, and he loves so cute.
That's all that it is. Yeah. Kim. I think Kim has been a sympathetic character already, but he was like he's dumb, but he comes across as a sweetheart here.
Yeah, no, he's adorable. It was great.
Yeah, and I think his crush on Chloe is always comes across sympathetically too. But yeah, I think he's great here. Undine, I think it's mostly her character model, but also she's just really cool. And she turns into we had a very traditional akumatizing this episode. Undine upset. Hawkmoth's like, blah, 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 your prince has dismissed you, blah, medieval. Yeah, like, she's just being his typical trash, not any particular.
No.
He wasn't being extra trash. He was just being normal trash.
Oh, I see this crying teenage girl. I'm gonna prey on her, basically. It's basically that's kind of his target demographic.
Model,
target, yeah, it's like, I hate him.
Basically just targeting sad teenagers. Like, that's all he does. And he sends it out at her, and pretty traditional. And but yeah, I'm gonna drown. May they all sink under my sorrow, says Syren. And yeah, she's just a mermaid, I guess. Like she's called a Syren, which is its own mythological creature, but it doesn't really seem to be specifically that. I love the concept of that being why the flood is happening, because of her sorrows. I think her interactions with Kim are very sympathetic as Syren. Also, this is
it's because he's so dumb. Like,
and I felt really bad for her because she's like, "Look, we can swim all the time," and he's like, "Yeah, I love swimming," and I was like,
"You're so dumb."
I'm like, "You're missing the point of what she's trying to say." Like, stop it, Kim.
Yeah, he's like, she's like, "Just kiss me, and you can be a merman." And
then he's like, "Yeah,
cool.
Like, you're so dumb." Like,
you're missing all of it.
Really great. Like, Kim is so stupid.
Yeah. Also, this is The Shape of Water. The plot of it. The Shape of
Water. Oh God! Oh, I'm not. Bye. I'm leaving. Bye. Podcast over. Goodbye.
That's what it is.
Bye, Delaney.
Bye.
Fish monster in person. That's what it is. She like brings Kim down into the pool of their, and she's like, she made a throne there
out of pool noodles.
I like what you did with the pool. So stupid. God.
Syren comes across very sympathetically for being a akumatized villain who probably murdered millions of people, but
yeah, true, you're right.
Like, yeah, you may have murdered all these people, but I feel you, girl.
We didn't really deal with that, It's fine, and then they're their fish forms, and she gets she has a aqua lucky charm too. She says aqua lucky charm, like.
We have to throw the word aqua in there as much as possible. That's the format.
I love it. It's so dumb.
It's really
all
dumb.
about it.
And she gets the car keys, and
I was like, "Are you serious?"
And then they trap Syren in the car, and then I like that.
How did she know which car that key belonged to?
That's a good question.
People have been wondering that, and then they fish the car out with cat's pole.
He hit the car. I was like, "What is he doing?" And then he just triggered the airbag.
Yeah.
That was really funny.
Yeah, I thought it was a good Lucky Charm sequence.
It was so ridiculous.
Yeah, then using cat's pole as like a fishing rod combined with the yo-yo string from Ladybug.
He just lifts a whole car.
Yeah,
look, he's really strong.
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah, that was great, and just all the aqua transformation sequences. They have this. I'm not over Aqua Tiki. Like, why did we need her saying Aqua Tiki?
I love it. Aqua Tiki. It's so good.
They just went for it with Tiki, power up, and Aqua Tiki
I
spots
just-
on, like back to
I
back to
just-
back.
I just love how
Okay.
absurd this show is. It's so good.
It's
Also,
really, really dumb.
I'm really upset we didn't get a Master Fu transformation.
Yeah,
okay,
he-
they like
I-
played us. That was rude.
Yeah,
okay?
he said, Waze, power up, and then he didn't transform.
I was so depressed. I was like, come on. And then my girlfriend was like, is he broken?
Yeah, basically.
And I
Pretty
was like,
much.
no, but yes.
Yeah.
I was so mad. I was like, you cannot like play us like that. Like that was so rude.
And Master Fu loves dad jokes, so that's a plus.
Oh,
like,
Okay, that was okay. I was like, you're so smart. Obviously, it's a legit tear of joy. Like, come on. And then I like how Marinette's solution was just to tell terrible jokes. Like,
Yeah, what do we think of Marinette's jokes to Master Fu?
they were quality. Marinette's such a treasure.
she's adorable.
I wonder if in the original French these were as bad of jokes as like
I hope so.
I hope so.
Like they didn't have anything to do with anything. They were
I
just
think
like
dad jokes are universal. Like, I feel like they are beyond language.
yeah, you would think that. I mean, jokes are typically something that's hard to translate.
Yeah.
But we'll see what they are in French. Like this that sequence to me was like what's happening? This is weird.
It was so fun.
It's
Yeah,
comedy hour on Miraculous
Yes.
Ladybug.
Yeah, it's comedy hour. Yeah, that's another. Yeah, speaking of, Mysticons and Ladybug aired several hours from each other across the world, and they both featured episodes where a character had to extract a tear by making
Super
someone
random.
laugh and
Yes.
then doing something with it. It's a very specific plot element in common with the two shows this week.
I think it was planned.
Yeah. Zag totally plans their airing of Syren in any capacity. I'm sure
Yep.
that's what happened.
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah, we figured it out. Yeah, but that was the key ingredient. Yeah, this whole thing with the ingredients, the Kwamis can't hear what the ingredients are from the grimoire, the recipes from there, and this whole Master Fu like hitting things and things falling and him like adding to the. He's kind of extra himself, I think.
I loved
Master
him.
Fu.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. Let's talk with all the cat stuff because that's a big element of this episode. Cat is fed up with Ladybug keeping secrets from him.
He
Same.
very like I'm trying to think of the word. But he acts like such a brat and then he de-transforms because he's so mad.
He's like,
Yeah.
I'm done, Plog.
Come on,
You don't
in,
tell
like you're a
me, claws
child.
in. If you don't tell me, Plog, what's gonna happen here? I'm done.
I was so annoyed.
And then Plog's like, there'll be other cats, but there won't be you.
And then he was like, oh, and I was like, you're dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Did Plog play him?
Yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
100%. Plong played him like a fiddle.
100.
Wow, Plog is a secret mastermind. Dang.
Yeah.
It really
That was
is.
so funny.
There won't be you, Adrian.
Like, and then Adrian's like, oh, okay. And I'm like, you're so dumb.
Okay, I'll keep my ring on. It's fine.
So you just play, I'm like, you know he has daddy issues, so I'm gonna play him like that.
Wow, he was feeding on Adrian's
I
dad
know.
issues.
Oh, I
I
didn't
know.
even think about that. It makes it so much better.
Wow, Plog is the true villain of this show.
Yes, come on. Or Tiki.
Look.
Obviously.
Aqua Tiki.
Aqua Tiki's the new, the new villain. Yeah, we mentioned this cat playing with his ladybug and cat figures.
It's so
Which is
good.
cute.
Why should I trust you? I don't trust you. You suck.
And
So
we
annoying.
know that Adrian's like enacting his fanfics with these. He's like,
Oh,
oh,
obviously.
I love you, cat, and I love you, ladybug. Like he's definitely doing that with the
That
action
was my
figures.
first thought. I was like, well, we know what Adrian's been doing with these action figures. Like,
He's like, now curse. Like,
Ugh.
like that's
I
definitely.
love you so much, cat. Marry me.
He probably
I will, Ladybug.
wonder does he make Plog voice the role of Ladybug? And,
Okay, my favorite is like he like does a voice and like he does a fake voice for Cat, like he's not Cat. Like
yeah, he's just his normal voice. Yeah,
he's so dumb.
is he like Plog like and I love you,
Oh my
cat
God.
noir cheese? Yeah, that's yeah. He's
And then-
conscripting his Kwame to voice the role.
And then he gets upset because he doesn't, or Plog doesn't
Plog,
sound
that doesn't
enough.
sound anything like Marinette. Why aren't
Yeah.
you doing it right?
God.
We did a whole episode of Adrian enacting a. Okay, we've had budget concerns
like a
on this
movie.
show.
He makes like a stop motion film.
I know we've had trouble finishing the animation, so why don't we just do an episode with Adrian moving the figurines around and acting out an episode of Ladybug?
It'll be like that Deadpool like movie trailer.
Let's just do a whole episode of that, and it's like all from Kat's point of view, and it's also stupid. Yeah, I think that would solve a lot of our issues here with episodes coming out on time. Let's just do that.
Just give us that episode, and we'll forgive you. Like,
do we want this episode? I'm not sure.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes, we do. The other thing Adrian's doing is
they need a Hawkmoth one. Like,
oh god.
Okay, this is good. Let's keep going. And then he's like, "Hey, Dad, can you come voice the role of Hawkmoth in my?"
Oh my god.
Production
in my sock puppet show here with the action figures.
And then he's like, "Wow, you're really good at Hawkmoth, Dad."
Wow, you sound just like him. Gabriel's like, what?
Yeah, and he's like, this is awkward. And then he's like, wow, you're really good at being Cat, son. Like, oh my god.
Do it.
Oh, Natalie can be Ladybug. There we go.
Yeah, so we need to get Gabriel to voice Hawkmoth. Yeah,
and then Hawkmoth like gets too serious. Give me the Miraculouses, and he like starts like messing with the action figures.
He gets into it. He's like, yeah. He, like,
and then when like if Hawkmoth wins, and like Adrian's like, Dad, and like Hawkmoth's like, yes,
I did it. I finally got them.
And that's how they learn who each other are.
Yes,
by playing with the action figures. Wow, I can't believe we just wrote this whole episode.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll come back to this if we think of more. But
I don't think we're coming back to this. But okay,
I think we could come back. This is the highlight so far.
There's potential.
There's potential. We just keep this in mind, Zag, isn't it? You know, just keep us on call. Okay, but we also have Adrian threatening Plog with ordering cheese.
That was
yeah.
And he's like, it is cheese. Like, it was really good.
Yeah, we mentioned Plog's head moving around with Adrian's phone. We talked about the sock thing. The thing is, Plog says there's only one thing that smells as good as cheese. And then he dives into Adrian's sock.
Okay, so are his socks dirty or
obviously.
clean?
They're dirty.
Okay.
They must be dirty, right? Like,
yeah.
Isn't this weird?
Yes.
Oh, obviously.
Plog is like hyperventilating into Adrian's dirty sock.
Which, if you're hyperventilating, a sock is going to be the worst thing to make you feel better. But also, that's a dirty sock.
Like, what's going on here? Am I missing something, or are we just saying Plog is an Adrian sock fetish? Like,
well, it's because
has this come up before?
This smells bad.
Yeah, I guess that's what they're going for, is a bad smell. But yeah, I was like, okay.
I'm very creeped out by it now. Like, is that what he just does in the night? Is goes and smells Adrian's socks? He's like, yes.
Doesn't seem like a normal relationship. Yeah.
Yeah, like normal relationship stuff. Yeah, of course.
I don't think Tiki's. It's all I criticize Tiki. I don't think she's going around smelling Marinette stuff. Like, this is like Plogs is the weird one here.
Except Aqua Tiki is horrifying.
Yeah, maybe Aqua Tiki would. Yeah, who knows what she's capable of. But, yeah, I was very weirded out by this. We'll see if we revisit this plotline of Plog liking the smell of Adrian's dirty socks. Because I was like, am I misinterpreting this? Like, what's going on here?
Is it Adrian's socks specifically? Maybe he's really into
it could be Gabriel. Yeah, it could be Gabriel's socks. That would be fun if Gabriel goes to put on his sock one morning as Hawkmoth, and then he's like discovers that's how he figures out about Plog, is Plog fell asleep inside his sock.
I like this.
Okay, that's what's happening now.
Okay.
Yeah, this whole sequence with Adrian was just surreal. I was like, what is happening here?
He's such like a brat though. Like,
isn't he? He's this a sympathetic brat this episode, right?
I mean, a little bit, but it still like really bothered me. I was like, Adrian, stop! Like, you are legit being a child right now, and you're having a fit. Like, I especially got really like mad when he was like, I don't want to be Cat anymore, and I was like, that's not true. Like, you're such a liar right now.
You're being so dramatic.
Yeah, like you're being so dramatic because like Ladybug ran off because she's trying to make things better and she didn't bring you with. Like, come on now. I'm sure Ladybug can survive without you and you can survive without her. It was just so annoying. Like, for him to. And I felt really bad for Plog too, because Plog doesn't deserve this,
don't feel bad for Plog.
Don't feel bad for Plog.
Well, okay, in that moment I did. I no longer feel bad for Plog, but
now that you know he's smelling Adrian's dirty socks, yeah. I think the key thing is that Adrian is a kid, and these are 14-year-olds apparently now. We were even 13 before, and he's having a little bit of a fit, and I think it's understandable why he's frustrated with this. Because we've seen that he's been kept in the dark about everything, and I think that it was at least good for the plot that he was voicing these frustrations. I think it's a big step for him that he's he's not just accepting it as is. He's trying to stick up for himself a little bit, and he's every right to say to Ladybug, like, I wanna be included in it. I don't think he necessarily overreached. Like, I feel like season 1 Cat would have been more aggressive with this and would have been annoying. But I thought he was mostly fine here, and Marinette was like, I want to tell you, and I think she still seems very, like, sympathetic to Cat. I think that's a continuing thing, like, especially when Cat, like, catches him in her in this episode. They're like, they seem pretty flirty there, and, she calls him, like, Kitty Cat, I think, and, it's, I don't know, I felt mostly sympathetic to Adrian. What about you, Delaney?
I did. I mean, he was still being really annoying, but like, I was glad. I mean, he made a good point. Like, he should get to know, and so it made it better that Marinette was like, no, I want to tell you, and then like talking to Master Fu about it. It just felt like it was just kind of like it's something we haven't dealt with, so it was just kind of like you're being a giant baby right now.
Yeah, it was very sudden and all at once, and that maybe come across like as a lot. Yeah, but I'll take this to. Other Adrian stuff we've done. I thought this was pretty good for his character. Also a very vital moment is when him as Cat is doing like the fish like face hand
Oh my god,
movement.
that was so good.
Oh, yeah.
I hate him.
Was this good? Do we like this?
Yes.
Yes and no.
I was also did we get a whole lot of like fish puns? Because I feel like we didn't.
They definitely restrained themselves.
Yeah, I appreciated that just a little bit.
This was just Adrian with the goldfish at the end. Yeah, it was like, oh my god, Cat, please, Cat, please,
Cat, stop, Cat, no.
Yeah, but he meets Master Fu. We get a flashback to Origins of when Master Fu gave the. I mean, we didn't get the giving the miraculous, but when he fell and you had to go Adrian, see if Adrian would help him. And
he did.
Yeah. Because good people, and that's why I gave it to them. Yay, Origins.
Yay!
And, this is, Master Fu says who he is. He's like, hey, Cat and Adrian. I bet, like, Adrian, like, lost it when...
Like, Adrian, like, it's like a picture of him, and it's, like, internal screaming.
Like, he was him as Adrian, and someone says, hello, Cat Noir. It's like, this is my worst nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I would freak out. I'd be dead.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm not turning around. I'm just going to run the other way.
Master Fu, have some chill out here. Like, why are you telling this when his back is turned? Freaking him out like this. But, he's, and then he gives him the thing. And then at the end, he comes in as his substitute Chinese tutor. And,
okay.
Seems legit. Yeah. Gabriel was suspicious, but let him in. Like Gabriel's always suspicious, but never actually understands. So
my question is, did he just like jump the tutor in an alley? Like, what did he do?
Yeah, I think so. I think.
Yeah,
I think Master Fu just like he just beat him up. Yeah.
I mean, he would have had to, or like.
What do you have? I feel like there are more reasonable explanations here, but
I don't know. But because he would have had to have gotten his Hawkmoth Miraculous from Master Fu, right? Unless he just stole it.
No, I think I think he stole it, and like there's no one there or something. I don't think he definitely doesn't know Master Fu. Yeah.
Okay. Because
I don't remember the specifics.
I was very concerned.
Yeah, I mean, at the end, he's like, well, then I'll have to find this guardian of the miraculous, wherever he is.
He's in your house.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha.
Just Gabriel being very dumb. Yep, he's there right now, giving Adrian some cheese. The cheese power-ups.
Oh, yeah. Also, I got really nervous because I thought that they were gonna give Adrian like macaroons ones, and I was gonna be like, oh my god, he's gonna figure it out. But they're also really dumb, so he probably wouldn't have
You
put
would
it
not
together.
have figured that out. Come on.
Look, I was giving him hope. I was trying to make him smart. It's fine.
If we still haven't done it to this point, I don't think the macaroons would solve the equation.
But I liked that it was cheese. I thought that was cute.
Yeah, he knew.
Instead of-
Master Fu knew that's what Plog wants. So
Mhm.
Plog was not happy though.
No, he hates transforming.
Yeah, apparently. But yeah, there's Gabriel was like badgering Nuru, being really mean to poor Nuru.
Yeah.
So like, how do you get the new powers?
I was not okay with that at all. Like,
Yeah, I was like, why do you suck? Like, leave her alone.
yeah, like she's telling you she doesn't know. Back off. Like,
He also just believes Nuru right away. And like, of course Nuru's going to say that. Like, turns out that Nuru's right, but
Right.
he gives up pretty fast. I feel like Hogwarts is definitely all talk. Like, he's suspicious when this new tutor comes. He doesn't do anything about it. He backs off immediately. Like,
I feel like his like he's always like very like misplaced. Like sometimes like he'll be like, "What, a new tutor? No!" and like be super triggered. And then like this episode, he's just like, "Well, I guess this is what it is.
I guess this is all right.
Yeah. Like I feel like he gets like triggered over certain things, and then other times he's like, "Whatever, like it's fine. I have more pressing matters." Like,
yeah. It's just, I feel like our conclusion this episode is that Gabriel is just very stupid.
yes.
I think we've mentioned that multiple times. What's a good explanation for Gabriel's behavior? Oh, he's just not smart.
He's just not smart.
Yeah.
And
But
he
you
has
know-
anger issues. Like
And at the core of it all, he's 40 episodes or whatever. He still can't defeat two 14-year-old kids,
no.
despite
He's
having
gotta- He needs to
basically
get out of
infinite
that
power.
tower. Like, that's what he needs to do.
Has he left the compounds?
No, not as Hawkmoth.
As Gabriel even, does he leave the compound? Like, I don't think he goes. Does he ever
Yeah.
even goes anywhere?
Yeah.
Well, there was that time he was at like the TV place.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
He's,
'Cause they were
he's been
interviewing him.
places.
Yeah. So he just needs to get out more, make some friends, Gabriel. Stop
Go hang out in
obsessing
the
about becoming a
sun.
supervillain in order to bring your dead wife back to life. Like, just make some new friends.
Go on a walk.
This
Like,
is not a healthy coping mechanism for your grief, Gabriel. Like, just like
He's totally derailed off the 5 whatever
yeah,
of
I think
grieving.
so. Yeah.
Like, those don't even exist to him.
This is what happens when there's magic powers in the world. People that are grieving their dead spouses will try to become supervillains in order to bring them back to life. That's just what happens.
That's normal. That's what I try to do. That's how I
Yeah.
cope.
Coping mechanism, becoming a supervillain.
Basically.
Yeah. So I don't know. So what we're saying is we're just concerned about Gabriel. Like, just get
Yes.
some help. Like,
He needs a therapist. Like,
really
he
needs
needs
to go to
one.
therapy. Yeah.
Adrian needs one. I'm
Yeah.
sure Natalie needs one.
Well,
The bodyguard needs one.
Definitely. Just get everyone some therapy. That's always the solution to the villain's problems in these shows. So yeah, we'll see. I feel like we're maybe at stage 2 of Gabriel just completely losing it. We could be leading to a season 2 finale where he loses or gives up, or I don't know. It seems like we still could be going there.
We could. Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. I feel like he wouldn't. He's very determined. Something would have to happen for him to
something
be like,
else, some incident will happen that causes a different situation. But we're still continually doing things with Hawkmoth this season. That seems to be our unifying plot thread.
I like Hawkmoth doing things versus like, because season 1 he just did the same thing over and over again, and then this season, like, he's, even though they're terrible things and he's garbage for them, like, but he's doing things, and I like that. So.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a much more engaging character now, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just one of the biggest improvements in the show. So yeah, at the end we have the cheese power ups to Adrian and the macaroons for Marinette, and her dad was like, I need to try them.
and she's like, nope.
My daughter made them. They must be great. That's his whole personality.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep, that's her dad in a nutshell.
Yeah, so that was sweet. But yeah, now they have them. They can transform anytime. When's the next time we think we'll see the next power?
Next
Not for like
episode.
5 episodes.
Leading more towards April on this one. Not anticipating the show
5
being awesome.
episodes, so probably like October, right?
Oh god, yeah, basically. So yeah, the problem is that it needs to take place chronologically after this episode, so we still have some ones probably from before this and stuff like that. So it's a good it might not be for a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Other random things from the episode. We had this really savage line from Alex, who made a brief appearance, but was great. She says, Marinette goes to paddle away to get help. She's like, okay, so I guess we're saved then? Like,
also, I love that. Like, Marinette's like, sneak, sneak, sneak. And then she's like very slowly paddling away.
Yeah.
In like a box. It was so good.
Yeah. I need more Alex. More Alex Hero next. Oh, we didn't talk about Rhino Rouge in the beginning. They're helping the escaped animals. We love that. I'm shocked that they brought her back so fast.
Me too.
But it was so brief.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's like leading towards this being more of a regular thing. But yeah, I thought that was excellent. And she mirages some meat up to trap the animals into the
panthers. More panthers.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, and Kat was mad. He doesn't know who Raina's identity is.
He's such a baby.
That he gets what he wants for everything else except for that one, because of course if he learned this would break our whole show structure, so we cannot tell him that.
Correct.
Yeah. And we had the Delaney. You must have been excited to have the stunning return of Markov in this episode.
Oh my god!
Max's robot.
That was pretty funny. And then Kim, I'll teach you how to swim. Like, really? You dumb boy.
My circuits are sensitive to water.
Kim was the only person excited that the city flooded.
Yeah, he was like, woo! And I was like, you're so dumb.
Yeah, Kim just very dumb. But yeah, Markov's back. Max in this episode was pretty stupid. He's like, you guys are 3 minutes and 37 seconds late. What do you think of Mecha Monkey versus Cyber Sharks 3?
Sounds great.
I want to watch it.
It sounds like a parody, but we also have like Rampage, so this is not that far.
We actually have movies like that, so like it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, really not that much of a parody. Other than that, I think we might have hit on everything here. Yeah, just Syren in general, very fun. Yeah, just rip all the. Can Marinette really bring people back to life like that? Like,
I don't know, man.
Or are we assuming that everyone made it to the rooftops? Like, one of the two has to be true.
Okay, there's not enough rooftops for everyone. And there was a lot of empty rooftops. So many people drowned.
Yeah. I need to logic check this out. We need to see what people's opinions on this are.
No, they drowned.
Paris just going to be suddenly much less crowded now.
Oh my god.
It already is not as crowded.
We already only see the 5 same people in the background all the time. So
yeah. Sometimes we get lucky and there's a random one.
Never. No.
Never.
And Kim agrees to go to this, says you want to go to the movies with Andine. Do we think this is the last together?
Yes, ship it.
Yeah, it's good. This is healthy for Kim.
Look, they have a foundation for a really good relationship.
They both like to swim.
They both like to swim.
Apparently the biggest aspect of Kim's personality. So
yeah. And she turned into a siren and tried to make him her fish prince. So this is I have a lot of faith in this.
So you're saying this is a good foundation for a relationship?
Absolutely.
Kim always, in theory, the person who's akumatized doesn't remember that. Kim always is going to know that happened. Like, and he's just okay with this and still asks her out.
Yep.
He's very understanding.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I think, it's a much better relationship than him and Chloe, for sure, because...
And yet it is still much healthier than Chloe, yeah. That's for sure. So we've one step up for Kim here. Okay,
yep.
Good. We'll see if we see Andine again. We have my hopes aren't high after we haven't seen the two major character introductions in Kagami and Luca have not came back yet. So I don't know about these new.
We already decided we're never seeing Luca again. So
we need to see Prince Luca all the time. Like he's King
I want
Luca.
Luca to be akumatized. That would be great. And
we're never seeing him again. It doesn't matter.
And then he dies. Is that what you're pitching?
No, but I mean, it would just be funny.
Yeah, we could Kagami. Yeah, we could akumatize Luca. You'd think him and Kagami would be back already, but we'll see. Anyway, I think we hit everything for Syren. Any last thoughts, Delaney?
I really liked the episode. I was all about this episode. It was awesome.
Yeah. April?
Yeah, it was a really fun episode, and I really enjoyed it. I'm going to watch it again.
Nice. Very fun. Yeah. Currently on the schedule for next week in Spain is Rosignobel. I don't know what that is, but this episode title is a pun of the words fright and nightingale. Okay, interesting.
Okay.
We'll see if this airs next week. If it does, we'll be covering it, but no promises that this will be a thing that is actually airing on TV. But if it happens, we'll cover it. Probably it won't happen. We still have a lot of things this season to get to. Troublemaker still isn't aired. The Queen Bee trilogy still not yet. So, and this was the 14th episode. 12 more this season. A lot of potentially fun stuff to get to. So let us know what you thought of Syren in the YouTube comments. Please add to our episode pitch of Adrian playing with the action figures and then getting Gabriel to voice Hawkmoth. I think it's a very promising episode we have working here. So please add on to this one.
Help us make this come true.
Yeah. We'll pitch it to Zag. They'll put it into season 6.
I'm literally looking up action figures right now. So
what's for Cat? A Ladybug?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think they probably exist. They have a bunch of merch for the show. Let us know what you think of Kim and Ondine. Will they last? And other stuff about this episode in the YouTube comments, overlyanimated.com. Make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube or on the podcast app to not miss our future Ladybug discussions. Come talk about Ladybug with us on Discord, overlyanimated.com/Discord. And consider supporting us via Patreon, patreon.com/overlyanimated. Thank you very much to all of our current patrons, especially our patron of the podcast, Danny, aka Danny Phantom. And thanks as always to our patron executive producers, John, Ryan, Steve, Alex, Andy, and Hugh. Check out our Mysticons podcast that just went up. Also big Steven Universe episodes tomorrow. If you're listening later, that might have aired already. Find our podcast at overlyanimated.com. We had the big Final Space finale discussion. Check out all of that. And we'll be back whenever Ladybug's back. Maybe next week. We'll see. And yeah, see you guys then. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.